last year, NDTV, along with the Energy Research Institute, traveled the length of the Ganga to bring you her story. And also her desecration by we the people who claim to worship the Mother River. We tested her water in several key places and the findings have been heartbreaking. It's in Uttar Pradesh that the Ganga goes through her worst abuse, with waste from factories, tanneries and households dumped into her waters. Much of her flow is diverted into canals between Haridwar and Kanpur. The Ganga arrives in Bihar, a slow-moving, somewhat shallow river. The only reason there even is a river is because of several north and south Bihar tributaries, such as the Kosi, the Buri Gandak, the Mahananda, Kamla, Balan and Bagmati all enter the Ganga here, replenishing her. There are few industries in Bihar and this saves the river from industrial waste. But nothing can save it from the daily abuse and degradation that comes from the dumping of household waste and effluents. And it's almost as if the river is turning away in anger. While Patna was built on its banks, the river is slowly but surely moving away from the city. In some parts, the river has even moved a few kilometers away.
इसी में पैखाना करना, इसी में पानी छूना, इसी में सर्वक्रम करना गंदे के काम, गंगा डरे अपना साइड हो गए। इसलिए सरकार की सबसे प्रथम चांस है कि घाट को सफाई करना और गंदगी फैलाने वाले पर रोक लगाना, तभी यह साफ होगा। वही बात हम लोगों को बोलेंगे तो मार भी खाएंगे, ऐसे लोग यहाँ पहुँचते हैं।
Over the last couple of years, the Ganga has moved several kilometers away from this ghat. What you see before us here is actually a nala, it's not even the river. And this has happened due to a combination of reasons, because of high siltation of the river and also because the people of Patna throw solid waste into the river. In fact, since we've been here this morning, at least a dozen bags of garbage have been thrown right at this ghat. And ironically, this ghat is called the Collectory Ghat because the DM's office is right here. Only 10% of Patna is connected by a sewage system, which means the rest of the city's waste finds its way to the river. The State Pollution Control Board, which are unfortunately in this country toothless bodies, expressed their helplessness over the situation. In frustration, they even issued show-cause notices to all 21 municipalities of the towns along the Ganga.
उसका जो फ्लोइंग वाटर जो हम लोगों ने देखा है बचपन में, वह चाहते हैं कि उसी अवस्था में इसको लौटना देखना चाहते हैं। हमारा जो दायित्व है उस दायित्व के निर्वहन के लिए हम लोगों ने बिहार सरकार के जो नोडल एजेंसी होते हैं अर्बन डेवलपमेंट या नगर पालिका के जितने कमिश्नर हैं उनको हम लोगों ने प्रपोज डायरेक्शन दिया है कि आप इसको शो कॉज किया है कि इसको आप बनाइए।
Our tests reveal that on arriving in Patna, the Ganga carries 604 mpn of coliform per 100 milliliters of water. Now this is the various bacteria found in the water and should never exceed 50 mpn. On leaving Patna, the coliform levels increased to 814 mpn, that's up by 210 mpn. Fecal coliform, which is bacteria that comes from excreta, is at 14 when the river leaves Patna. This is meant to be 0. As any amount of fecal coliform leads to numerous waterborne diseases such as typhoid and cholera. Some of the reasons for the river changing course are said to be the reduced flow, the increased siltation, dumping of solid waste and encroachment on the riverbed.
The deepest part, the center of the river, which should have been the deepest part of the river, that riverbed is coming up and up. And gradually, as you look at so many places, it is seen as a flat river. The flat has come over. तो इसलिए मेन प्रॉब्लम जो है ना वो सिल्ट मैनेजमेंट का है और अनलेस हम लोगों के पास सिल्ट मैनेजमेंट की कोई पॉलिसी नहीं होगी तो फिर ये प्रॉब्लम गंगा को बचाना मुश्किल होगा क्योंकि nowadays जो अभी दिख रहा है, you must have seen गंगा, कि इसकी continuity is also being broken. इसकी वो अविरलता जिसको कहते हैं continuity वो नहीं है. फिर again due to this silt, it leads to so many other problems also.
As the Ganga makes its way across Bihar, the river carries a massive silt load. This silt is deposited on the riverbed, and over time the riverbed is raised, causing the river sometimes to even change its course. And during the summer months, when the water is the lowest, these massive sand islands appear right in the middle of the river. But despite the high levels of pollution in the water, the Ganga in Patna is also home to the blind Gangetic river dolphin, India's national aquatic animal, which can be seen towards the deepest part of the Ganga in Patna. But the best place to sight the Gangetic dolphin is ahead of Patna, at the Vikramshila Gangetic Dolphin Sanctuary, which covers the Ganga from Bhagalpur to Kehelgaon. There are only about 2,000 Gangetic river dolphins left in India, down from tens of thousands just a few decades ago. The dolphins are also an indicator of the health of a river. We're at the Vikramshila Sanctuary for the Gangetic dolphin, a one-of-its-kind sanctuary anywhere in the world. The Gangetic dolphin is extremely endangered. It's estimated around only 2,000 are left in the world, and they're found in the Indian subcontinent. Here at the Vikramshila Sanctuary, the estimates are the number of dolphins are around 230 plus. The dolphins are often poached for their oil, which is used as ointment and bait for fish. Professor Sushil Chaudhary, who is the coordinator of the Vikramshila Biodiversity Research and Education Center, says over the years the number of dolphins has been steadily increasing. When Chaudhary first began working on dolphin conservation, the sanctuary existed only on paper, and most people and fishermen were unaware of its existence.
This region is also known as Anga, the region of Karna, of Mahabharata. So we decided that this region has given so much to us, so now this is the proper time to pay back. And from that day, we are conducting variety of research and awareness activities, education activities, outreach programs in the community. And as a result, the number of dolphins which were 95 to 98 in the year 1998, now the last survey which we have conducted in February this year, it is 233. We adopted so many novel methods of awareing the people, the local stakeholders. We demonstrated a street theatre in local dialect, and that helped us. We made the people, local stakeholders, farmers, fishermen, or the people by the river bank side, they were friendly to the dolphin as well as for the Ganga. So now what is happening, if you are telling them don't fish, your nets are detrimental, and if you seize the boats and nets of the fishermen, so now they are becoming against the sanctuary.
Efforts are also on to ensure that fishermen use fishing nets of a particular size, as extremely fine nets affects the population as they snare freshly hatched fish as well.
मच्छरदानी हम जो लगा करके हम लोग सोते हैं मच्छर के लिए, परहेज करने के लिए, वो मच्छरदानी गंगा में चलाया जाता है। जब से ये मच्छरदानी 4-5 साल से मच्छरदानी जो चलना शुरू हुआ है, तब से सारे यहाँ पर करीब 5000 आबादी है मछुआ का, कागजी टोला कहलगांव में। ये लोग भूख मरने लगा, एक भी मछुआ का लाभ नहीं चल रहा, सब चला गया बाहर।
The Vikramshila Sanctuary extends to Kehelgaon, and on the journey there one gets to see the Ganga in her full glory. In this part of Bihar, you can see the Ganga in its original form. You can see the river stretching out behind me, a mighty river in full glory. Also in this part of Bihar, the biodiversity in the Ganga is better than in any other place. One can also see the erosion caused by the Ganga as she meanders through the plains. While efforts are made to prevent the river from swallowing up the land, it's proven pointless against her might in the long run. Often, villages are swallowed up by the river. At Kehelgaon is a stunning rock formation where 3 rocky islands simply jut out in the middle of the river. Around these islands, the river is very deep and therefore it's a favorite of the dolphins. The Gangetic dolphin is extremely shy and very little is known about its behavior. We are here at one of the deepest parts of the sanctuary and it's said a dozen or so dolphins live here, but spotting them is very difficult. While we have had a few sightings, they appear for only a fraction of a second. The Ganga now makes her way from Bihar to West Bengal and soon crosses the international border to enter Bangladesh as the Padma River. But before that is the Farakka barrage that diverts the Ganga water into a channel that then feeds into the Hooghly River, which is considered the Ganga in the Indian side. The Hooghly, a distributary of the Ganga, then makes her way towards the Bay of Bengal, first passing through Kolkata. The Hooghly River system is a lifeline of the people of Bengal. Besides being used for irrigation and household and industrial purposes, it's also a major transport system. Before entering Kolkata, the Hooghly passes near Dakshineshwar temple. Off its ghat is one of the most polluted spots on the river. Hundreds of industrial units around Hooghly spew dirty, toxic water straight into the river. Near Kolkata, the Ganga, also known as the Hooghly, is extremely polluted. This is because of the industry and also the density of population along its banks. One of the most polluted spots is right here near the ghats of the famous Kali temple in Dakshineshwar. We tested the quality of the water here and found it extremely high in all levels of pollution. There are vast areas along the river that are used for defecation by thousands every day.
दूषण बहुत बढ़ रहा है कि सब फैक्ट्री का नाला का पानी सब नदी में आ रहा है, मच्छी कम हो जा रहा है, पोल्यूशन ज़्यादा हो जा रहा है, आदमी नहाने आता है तो लोग को स्किन को प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है, इतना पोल्यूशन है पानी में.
When the Hooghly enters Kolkata at Dakshineshwar, the total coliform levels are at 100 mpn per 100 milliliters. But by the time it leaves, the levels have soared to 724 mpn. That's a massive increase of 624 mpn, a huge increase of bacteria in the water. The levels of fecal coliform, which cause disease, jumps 31 points. It enters the city at 6 mpn, even though it should be 0, and then it leaves at 37 mpn. Earlier, the hilsa, a favorite fish of the Bengalis, would swim up the Ganga from the sea to lay eggs. But now with the river so polluted and the water levels low in some places, the hilsa is barely found in the Hooghly anymore.
गंगा का नियरेस्ट जितना फैक्ट्री वाला है वो लोग का ऊपर थोड़ा कुछ लगाना पड़ेगा, कोई एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कुछ लगाम उसको लगाना पड़ेगा. साथ साथ जो ड्रेनेज सिस्टम है, ड्रेन से जितना गंदा पानी गंगा में जाके सब पड़ता है, इसके नाते भी गंगा का पॉल्यूशन बढ़ जाता है. साथ साथ जितना लोकल फेस्टिवल होता है, जितना ठाकुर है, अभी जो दुर्गा पूजा बड़ा फेस्टिवल बंगाली का हो गया, इसमें भी दूषण बढ़ते जा रहा है.
जो मछुआरे लोग हैं उनका तो काम ही बंद हो गया.
तो काम ही बंद हो गया, रोजी रोजगार भी बंद हो गया. साथ साथ बहुत ऐसा जो पिलग्रिमिस्ट है, जो धर्म का नाते उसमें नहाते आते हैं, उसको भी थोड़ा स्किन प्रॉब्लम आ जाता है. तो इसीलिए हर हालत में हम लोग को कोशिश करना चाहिए जो गंगा का पॉल्यूशन को जितना जल्दी हो सके इसको थोड़ा रोकना चाहिए.
I met Subhash Datta, who's been working tirelessly on environmental issues surrounding the Hooghly for several years now. From trying to stop the dumping of idols into the river during Durga Puja to preventing wastewater being sent directly to the river.
In the year 1983, my father died. And just to offer the last ash into the river, and our system is to have a dip in the...
Yes.
But it was so stinking, I couldn't stand even. Then after my father's ritual things were over, I thought that I should go and see what are the reasons why this holy river is smelling so bad, so stinking. I took up my team with the camera and I thought that I should walk down the river front and see what are the fouling factors and points. But I couldn't step more than 10 feet, 15 feet. It was full of human exchequer and waste. Then I found that the untreated drainage and sewage water, how it is discharged, what are the fouling points, how the industries, without treating their effluents, how they are discharging, how the solid wastes are dumped into the river, and last and not least, how the emulsions, after the emulsions, the idols are allowed to decompose in the river for months. What happened after the green bench had been designated in Calcutta High Court on the basis of my petition before the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court, Honorable Supreme Court, had transferred the West Bengal part of Ganga pollution to the Calcutta High Court. And here I became an added party. And brought the aspects of the pollution in the river, because it is the end part of the whole, the total length of the river is more than 2,500, it is the end 500 kilometers.
Thanks to Mr. Datta's petitioning of the courts, now cranes are used at several of the ghats in Kolkata to pull out idols after immersion. Several drains carrying wastewater and filth from Kolkata come together to form this channel of absolutely polluted, filthy, stinking water. You can see it's absolutely black. Now on its way, it also collects effluents from several tanneries that exist outside of Kolkata. And then this entire mass of polluted water then flows straight into the Ganga and into the Sundarbans. Before meeting the Bay of Bengal, the Ganga has one more gift to give. Her distributaries come together with those of the Brahmaputra to form the magical Sundarban forest. The world's largest mangrove forest. In her final stages before the Ganga enters the Bay of Bengal, she breaks into several distributaries and they form the Sundarbans, the world's largest mangrove forest. It's a unique ecosystem here that's home to several animals, both land and aquatic. The final tip of the Gangetic Delta is at Ganga Sagar, the southern tip of Sagar Island where the Ganga meets the sea. We're at Ganga Sagar. This island is the last point in India touched by the Ganga or the Hooghly. Behind me here is a temple dedicated to the great Hindu sage Kapil Muni. In fact, it's said it's because of a curse given by Kapil Muni that the Ganga had to be enticed to come down from the heavens onto earth. A little bit ahead of here is where the Ganga finally enters the Bay of Bengal. At Ganga Sagar, a massive fair takes place every year on the occasion of Makar Sankranti, and pollution caused by the lakhs who arrive on the island is also a matter of concern. This is where the Ganga's journey finally ends, a journey that began way up in the Himalayas at Gaumukh at the Gangotri Glacier. As she traversed several states, was a lifeline for crores and crores of people to finally end here at Ganga Sagar in West Bengal as the Ganga finally enters the Bay of Bengal. The story of the Ganga, a modern-day tragedy. A river so revered but in some places worse than a sewer, as wastewater and toxic discharge find their way into her waters. A river that is a lifeline for so many. In the next episode, we take a look at the findings of our sampling all along the Ganga. and the big challenges ahead when it comes to saving the mother river.
laga